also, first of all, I think thanks so much to all of you that are here. I really appreciate that you are here. Take the time. You're here for 1.5 hours. The sun is outside, actually, or was. And I really appreciate you being here. And also now I will luckily share all of my learnings I did during the last year. I think I joined N26 today, exactly 1 year ago. So also happy about this. And not all of the learnings I did are my learnings. And I think this is also like very important about startups. Learnings are things you learn collaboratively. And learnings are also things you learn from others, about others, and with others. And yeah, as I said, I work with a very fascinating team. 4 of them are also here today, and also 2 of our former colleagues are here, so I'm very, very happy about you guys. Yeah, so it's all about the last year, as I said, and very quickly about me, I will keep it very short. I unfortunately don't have a very sweet photo of me being a kid, as Joshua did. I really liked it. Where is he? And yeah, as I said, I joined exactly 1 year ago today. And what did I do before? Very briefly, I founded at age 15. I was a freelancer for 2 years. I was the first employee at Eat Clever, which is a healthy fresh food delivery startup from Hamburg. And as I said, I joined 1 year ago. I'm the product strategist at N26, and I think I understand that this is like a relatively unknown role, and I was also able to create it myself, so I'm a bit lucky. And the roles or the things I do right now is basically the app quality as one topic. The second topic is the product development process. And the second topic is really, what I'm really happy about is the organization design. Can I get a very, very quick show of hands who already knows N26? Thanks a lot. I'm really happy that you know us, so that I will keep also this introduction very short, as if I knew. So yeah, we are one of Europe's leading fintechs. I'm really happy to say that. We operate in 17 countries. We have more than 850,000 customers. I think this is already like a very, very big achievement. When I joined in April 17, we were at like 250. So within this 1 year, we increased by 600,000 people. So I'm really happy about our team. And so yeah, we are a banking license. We are a bank with a banking license, and this also comes with some responsibilities, but more on that later. And before N26, there was actually number 26, and before number 26, there was actually Papaya. And Papaya actually sounds really, really funny if you hear our Austrian founders say it. And yeah. So yeah, what else to say? We raised 250 million US dollar up to date. We have more than 400 employees. If you want to become one, just talk to me. I'm really happy to introduce you to people. And also, we are about 3 years old. Cool. So what does this talk about? Just to wrap up the introduction, I think it's about 2 very relevant themes we found out about how to scale. And it's about, as I said, about organization design and also how to take holistic decisions. So about organization design, I think when I joined, as I said 1 year ago, from then on we doubled both the product people, we also doubled the tech people, and we also doubled the designers. I think this also came inherently, obviously, with like lots of challenges, which I will just jump right into them, so that we get through all of them. So yeah, I've prepared 5 learnings. I'll keep it very short, and hopefully have a nice Q&A with you afterwards. So first is design organizations around people. Lawrence, the CPO, which I work very closely with, always says that. Like this is also like the first learning I didn't even take myself. What does that mean to us? I think first of all, we frequently redesign the whole organization model we have. And this means that we switch people around. We are not scared to do that, because we know that ultimately you just want to do the best job. And doing the best job, you usually have to do like very good communications. And this can only be done by reshuffling people, making sure everybody's really happy. And one thing about organization design which I learned is you are never ready. Like you're never finished. It will be always work in progress. And you should always be happy to switch around. You should always, in a startup, if you want to be successful, do whatever. Like do it like Joshua. Do ad design, do UX design, do whatever. Like this is the way to be successful, I think. And to actually underscore that we design organizations around, or our organization around people, and not vice versa. As I said, my role as a product strategist was designed by me. I was like approached by the head of product back then, Marcus, and he said like, hey, I will leave, but you can like either become a product owner now at N26, or you can like create your own role and work together with Lawrence. I decided for the latter, and now, yeah, I was just, as I said, I was really able to draw up my job description. I could do whatever I want, and I was like really happy and blessed to do this. And also, this is how we do it with other people as well. Like, we don't try to put you are a circle, we don't try to put you into a square. This doesn't work, and we are aware of this, and we just, like, we also with the job description, I think we are very open in job interviews. Like, we don't hire for like three specific skills, as in design, tech, business, but we hire for you as a person. That's also why we probably ask way more personal questions than everybody else, but we just like, we won't hire a single person that we don't want to work with. And One other important learning I think that we took is that homegrown people can do the job. Product is anyways an inherently new job, like no one really figured it out yet. I mean, maybe people from the Valley, but I think even they didn't really. And so that's why like it's less about experience in my opinion. It's really way more about smartness and like about people that actually want to do the job. And that's why you should like really rely on people that actually your organization grew themselves. Find people in customer support, find people in tech, find people in design, find them wherever, but like be open for everyone to like move into product, because anyways, as I will touch up later on, everybody is product. Just to give you a very quick example, I don't want to bore you with this. This is how our organization is built. It's definitely inspired by Spotify, because like they just did a very awesome job like modeling this. It's partially organized around a user journey, as you see, but also partially around domains. And we have the growth team, which of course brings people into the funnel. We have the foundation and payment team, which basically enables everything we do. And then on top of that, we have banking and beyond. Banking does typical banking products. Beyond does products that are beyond typical products, as in our premium cards, for example. And then on top of that, we also have Home. Home is a newly formed team, and I'm happy that Valentin announced it last weekend, so I can openly talk about it. We're also building a sub and shared account in this year. This is a sub and shared account. So basically, we are also doing a bit like what you do, like you are giving up people multiple cards, and this is like far ahead in the future for sure, but we are giving you the opportunity to basically open as many sub accounts as possible within like, it will be like creating a Spotify playlist. You'll press 2 buttons, new sub account there you go. Next click, you share it with someone else. And I think this is the way we want to operate in the future, and this is the way how we want to not change banking, because this is a claim, but this is how we want to change how you take your financial decisions. Because financial decisions are like the way how you can actually you can feel safe. But yeah. So second one, a little oddly formatted, this on purpose. Higher diverse, but similar, but diverse. I think I'm repeating myself, I know. And diversity is obviously like a very big buzzword. I know that. And we know that. But I think that diversity is, in my opinion, the most important buzzword we have in the society. And I mean, I can be that honest with you. I'm not here for like to make me look as I was like a super cool person from a super cool startup. I'm that honest. I wasn't really aware of diversity before I joined. I mean, I'm a white male boy. I'm like rather privileged. I know that I'm in the per definition from my birth. I was in the top like 2% of the society, and I mean, I'm thankful for this. But I'm also aware, and I'm also, like, as I said, thankful to work now with people that maybe have like less, at least less, like, or were in a worse situation when they were born. But like through diversity, we are building this company. We have, as I said, 400 employees across, in my opinion, if I'm not wrong, 45 different nationalities and 45 different countries. And I think this already is something to be very proud of, and this is something Berlin enables us to do. And if you ask yourself, hey, what is N26 actually doing besides me talking about diversity here? I think one very recent story from the International Women's Day is that instead of just like tweeting something about the day, we actually rolled out like completely different. We put up a landing page, I think it took us 2 days to actually film and edit some videos across our female leaders in the company. And on top of that, we actually together, collaboratively, the whole company came together, we had dinner together, we had popcorn together in the office, and watched a film. The film is not any film, but it's called Code. And Code is about debugging the gender gap. And I think there is reasons why there is less female people in tech. And I'm actually really happy if I look around, there's, I think, about a fair split between female and male here, which I'm really thankful for, and also thanks to you for doing this. And yeah, I mean, what is diversity about? I think it's really about creating awareness, which we do with like coming together at like I think 7 p.m. in the evening. And I mean, everybody could also go home. But what we did is like really watch the film. We had a discussion afterwards. Like everybody was like really questioning, are we on the right track? Because like back then, if you go 30 years back, there was like about an equal split between female and male in tech. And like we basically re-rolled back, and we're now at like 14%, which is like ridiculous. And yeah, I think one very quick thing I learned, which is like really easy to implement, fuck German job descriptions. I mean, there's like, even in Berlin, there's multiple companies that have German job descriptions. I mean, of course you can do that, for sure, do it. But if you want to like really attract the best people, most amazing people, people that can actually tell your story, put up German, English job descriptions. Cool. Yeah, this was my rant for today. This is just a very quick tip. It's a good read. I think just take a photo. I'll leave it up there for a second. It's technically wrong by Sarah Wächter-Böttcher, and it's basically just about what we do wrong and how our products encourage people to feel excluded. Just like as I said, buy it on Amazon. It's like 20 euros. It will be a good read for you. So third learning, let everybody advocate the users. I mean, as I said, everybody's product. I heard like some people laughing about that, but I think this is very, very true. And next to product N26, I mentioned all other departments scaled about equally. And this is when we had to ask ourselves, like, how can we get everybody on the same page? Because as I said, communication is one of the very, very hardest things you have to master if you want to be successful in the long run. And we did 3 things, or we are currently doing 3 major things. First is we are introducing an open pitch event. I mean, I don't know like for like how big the companies are you are working for or you are founded, but if you have like 400 employees, of course everybody has a strong opinion, especially in like a startup anyways. But we want to give people like a platform. We want to let people pitch their idea, and like basically have the best ideas come into the roadmap, and not the ones that have like the strongest ambassadors. Because like this is not how you build diverse and successful products. Second thing is we really spend a lot of time educating newbies, new joiners, but also like other people that are already in the company for a longer time. We tell them, like, we explain them how is the product development process, like what are the key pain points during development. We really try to make this very transparent so that people actually know and understand this, and like actually can also like drive this forward in their teams. And as you see down there, there is a quote. I hope everyone can read it. If not, I'm going to read it out loud. It's how hard can it be? I think this is one sentence that really, really summarizes product development, because everybody else that is not in product, I see my colleagues laughing. Everybody that's not in product thinks, yeah, come on, they just like code something, and like the designer just spends like 20 minutes and then it's done. I think some of you already come across that, but there's also like a second side. It's first of all, you need to educate them as well. Like you just need to make sure they understand it, because then this question won't come up. But the second thing, the second side is that you want people to ask this question. Because like, just imagine if someone actually is aware of the product development process, understood the technical implications, and asked this question. This probably means that this person went into detail, understood what is the issue, and really tries to give you like a different solution to this problem. So like, always be open for people to ask seemingly dumb questions. Yeah, holistic decision making. I wanted to take it very quick. So ultimately, it's about taking decisions. As I said, this is, in my opinion, like really also one of the hardest things. I think Ben Horowitz already mentioned it, like it's communication, common knowledge, and also decisions. This is the 3 hardest things when scaling. And as I said, ultimately it's about taking decisions, and it's not about taking the right decisions necessarily. I think what's worse than taking the wrong decision is taking no decision. Because if you take no decision, you just like wasted everybody's time. Everybody's like annoyed because you like never implement something. You became so corporate, you know that. And but if you take the wrong decision, it sends out 2 signs. First, we are open to learn. We are like experimenting, and second, it also like just enables everybody to be open. It enables everybody to feel involved, because no one thinks, oh, I need to be right all the time. Because like I think even the best people are like wrong at least 60% of the times. So the fourth learning, I will keep this one very quick, particularly. Scaling prioritization is as hard as scaling communication, I think. And if you're like a growing company, then like as I said, there's also 400 people that want to be involved. They want to decide, because like deciding is one of the most fun parts of doing a job. And as I said, prioritization is not like a once per quarter exercise or once per year exercise. If you think this is true, then be aware there's like some changes just around the corner, because this is always happening. And like if you think a 3-month plan will take you somewhere, this is not a startup world. And just when prioritizing, please never forget maintenance, because this will hit you on the back. But just to give you actually some insights, and not just be like I know everything. I just like will show you like one example of how we did it, and that's priority mapping. Priority mapping is something we in product came up with because we saw the inherent or increasing need for people to understand like what are we doing, and because our roadmap is like full of stuff. We have like I think 12 cross-functional teams or something, and what we did is to keep everybody on the same page. We created a card game, because card games are like easy to access and easy to understand as well. And this is basically our very own approach to roadmap planning. And just about the card design, I think there's like 4 components. First, the topic in the middle. On the very top left, there is the metric we are trying to hit. Then on the bottom right, there is the product group which I just showed you. And there is a very big a number. This number is a number between 1 and 8, and it basically shows you some like relative complexity to other features. And yeah, what we did basically in the first run is we gave multiple card decks to like small groups of product owners, and we let them play this card game. They got like 30 minutes of time. they could discuss like these, I think, 80 different topics that we have floating in our head. And then when they did this, they like really came up with very, very different roadmaps. And this is very interesting because like you always think like, no, everybody's on the same page. Everybody thinks we are doing the right stuff. And like even, I mean, the C-level and everybody thinks, no, we're on the right track. But if you really ask the people that actually do the job, you see that the misalignment can be big, can be small, but it will definitely be there. And I mean, the rules for this game were very, very simple. I think, as I said, every card is like a complexity point, and you could do 80 points per year. That's it. That was a rule. And we're now also rolling this out to other teams, to the C-level as well. And I think this also shows the importance of making everybody aware, like what you're working on, and also like how much you can build per year. Because like as a CEO, I do understand this, that you think, I mean, the amount of things you can do is like infinite, right? But no, there's like developers that are like a very like limiting resource, and you should always be aware of this. And just for you to understand this, like I mean, I'm not going to blur the topics we're working on, but this is basically like one example of what a team came up with. And as I said, it looked very, very different across different teams. And if any one of you is also interested in doing this at their team, maybe it definitely works for bigger product companies, but it also works if you're like a startup consisting of 10 people, then you just like do 3 groups and like see if everybody's on the same page. And as I said, if you want to do this, like just hit me up. I'll give you a printable template. Fifth and last learning: be aware of how little you know. I think this also goes hand in hand with the one I just mentioned before, because like the C-level inherently is like limited in what they could know, because like as much as hands-on they are, there will be still like some things they're just not aware of. And the top quote: months of development can save you a week of planning. I think this is a quote from Lucia. Lucia is our lead Android engineer, and she's like, I think she hit it on the nail, basically, because people like really jump or rush into product development. They like say, okay, we have like 10 developers sitting here, like we need to do something, like let's be fast, let's be fast, move things, break things. Yes, okay, cool. But 1 week of planning, extensive planning, taking everybody out of the work, getting them somewhere, this will do your job. Because like ultimately, it's not about like being fast and starting, but it's being fast and like running through the finish line. And to do this, we have like, I think we came up with like three things. First of all, we have a very metric-driven approach to prioritization, or to giving people opportunities. We give people OKRs. We give people like a top-down top-down company goals, and we also give them some like collaboratively defined KPIs they should work against. But it's like just 2 or 3 KPIs. It's very high level. It's not like you need to optimize this and this. And then we let them run. We let them decide what they want to do. Teams have as much autonomy as we can give them, and this just works out. And the second thing is we empower teams to say no. Because like I think no is basically the manifestation of a product strategy. And for me, I always have this rule of thumb: if I say yes one time, or if I say yes one time, I wanted to have like said no 9 times before. Because like if I say yes and no like in a fair split, then like what am I deciding? Like I'm just like, I can also throw a coin. But like I think if you restrict the yeses you say, then you also get like way more to the point. You understand like what is important for you and the company. And it's also about, as I said, creating transparency. And the last thing we did very recently, which I'm really, really proud of, was the Inception week. It's not really like a design sprint, because like a design sprint you would rather do if you don't know like what is the exact problem. Like you have like a hunch, but like you don't know where to go. But the Inception week is something we did after like I think 8 rounds of user testing. So we basically talked to 50 customers in-house, and we also talked to lots of customers via like surveys and like also phone calls. And we basically met as the whole team. Instead of doing a 2-hour planning as you usually would do, we did a 40-hour planning. We did a whole week. We took a whole week off. And I think this also this is not like my effort. This is like, I think, big shout out to Helena and Josh, which are not here today, unfortunately. But it was like, as I said, still a collaborative effort. And we were able to, instead of just starting, we really took the time off and we got it to the point. And now the result is, I think, very simple. We are really, really faster than we expected the feature to be. It's not out yet, but I think I can just spoiler. It's our sub-account feature. So yeah. If you wanna understand like how the Inception week looks like, what is the schedule, I just didn't include it here because it would just like blow everything. But I'm also happy to share that with you. And just to show you how that roughly looked like, I think I brought this photo. We burned lots and lots and lots of Post-its, and this is basically what the whole Inception week was about. It was really, we knew more or less what we want to build, but we really, as I said, sit down with the team and really redefine everything. And as the team is like so aligned now, there's like so little questions, because this is how you build products fast. If everybody is aligned, if there's no question being asked anymore, if it's not needed, then you're really, really fast, and not because you started early. Cool. This was everything I want to tell you. Thanks so much for being here. Let's discuss, let's connect, let's have fun, let's laugh. And if you want, you can also follow us on Medium, LinkedIn, whatever. But especially I want to emphasize Medium because we want to push some more content to you, and we want to also like present all what I just presented in like a more thought of way maybe. But yeah, thanks a lot for being here.